Welcome back to the Men's Physique Recap UK. This week's episode, we have got a crazy action-packed episode. We've got 6 shows to cover. We've got 3 in the UK. So first of all, we had the Naturals 2 Bro show, which happened on the Saturday. Some crazy physiques there. We then had the UK Ultimate Physiques, which I had the pleasure of actually judging. So I saw them firsthand up close, and it was really good fun show to judge. We then had the PCA in Wales, which is a very competitive show. They had the Masters, Juniors, Tall, Short Class, all battling out for that overall sword. And there's some really good footage and clips, always is for PCA, so we can go over that show. We then went over to Norway for an IFBB Pro qualifiers. And the reason why I'm covering that one is because we had quite a few UK guys go over there and they did really well. I believe we had 3 or 4 of them in the overall lineup, so we're going to briefly look at that show. And then we had the Tokyo Pro where Joven Sagabain took the win. I did predict it on my Instagram. I put it on my stories. I said, this guy's going to take the win, and buzzing to see he did take the win because I'm a big fan of his physique. And that show, it was not an easy show to win. Those Asian aesthetics are absolutely crazy, especially from the front. So yeah, we're going to look at that show. And then finally, we're going to go on to the Masters Olympia, which happened in Romania. And we're going to take a look at the Masters Olympia champion. So an action-packed episode. It is 5 AM. Guys, I am in peak week. I am on the 2nd day of depletion, so I should be tired, but I'm generally not. I'm literally buzzing to cover this week's episode. I love covering men's physique, so hopefully you enjoy watching it. As always, if you like men's physique, make sure that you do subscribe to the channel, give it a like. It really helps support the channel, and feel free to share on your Instagram stories. Let's get stuck into this week's episode. Okay, so first up here in the UK, we had the 2 Bros Natural show. So I was actually at the show, but I didn't quite see the men's physique because I had a guy in the bodybuilding earlier on. But I did see the shots. I had a few friends in the audience. They sent me over some pictures. It looked like an incredibly competitive class. Now, this is what I really like about, obviously, the different federations within the UK. They all look for different things. 2 Bros, they do generally go for a little bit more size, which is something that you see that's slightly different from some of the other natural bodybuilding federations, such as UKUP. They really like the condition. They'll usually go for condition over size, whereas 2 Bros will usually go for someone with a little bit more size. So yeah, there's 3 main physiques that I want to cover here at this show. First of all is my man JB. So JB Massage, Jamie, basically he did really well. The reason why I want to cover this guy is because I'm actually a big fan of his physique, like the shape and the way that he's put together. Unfortunately, he didn't get the placings he wanted at this show just because, again, it just came down to size. I think he will fare a lot better in the other shows where the condition is a little bit more of the priority. But yeah, with more size and time, I think this guy is going to be a fantastic competitor. And by the looks of things in his open class, he just missed out to the guy that won the overall. So that's nothing to be ashamed of, you know. And like I said, it is a really nice look. So congratulations to him. Next up, we've got the overall lineup here. So yeah, the overall lineup was really stacked, especially for a natural class. You can tell like the shape that these guys have are really good. They all brought the condition, you know, and there's not a bad physique in that overall lineup, which can't be said for all shows, you know. Sometimes people do scrape through a certain category, but these natural shows, they're no joke. They are no joke. So yeah, the short class winner, very nice. And then the tall class winner, very nice again. But for me, it was between the 2 guys in the middle here. So Jack Hattersley, which we have covered in before, he brings insane condition, like really good condition, especially from the back. His Christmas tree that pops out. Absolutely incredible, really good midsection, posing is on point as well. And that guy, yeah, he was really pushed for the overall win for sure. Just missed out by the looks of things. I believe I would have placed him 2nd. Obviously, we don't know with 2 Bros, they just announced the overall winner. But yeah, it definitely was a close battle by the looks of things there. The guy that took it, he kind of had everything. So he had the condition, he had wicked shape, he also had size, which, like I kept saying, you know, 2 Bros do like that size, and yeah, he's really got it. So let's take a look at his physique now. His posing was really nice and well polished. You can tell he's put a lot of work into it, a lot of practice into it. And if you look at his physique, there's not an awful lot that's missing. And for a natural, you know, he's got a really nice bubbly physique. I mean, he brings like a hard vascular look to the stage, which for a natural is usually quite hard to achieve. You can usually tell a difference between a natural and someone that's enhanced, because the enhanced guys are usually like quite a lot drier and grainier. Anyone that's been coaching for a while will sort of know what I mean. But this guy's kind of like a hybrid in between, you know. That's how good he is. The striations that he has across the chest and the fullness that he keeps in his delts and his arms is very, very impressive. And yeah, he's just got that V-taper and he has the size, like I said before. So I'm not surprised why this guy took the win, and I certainly can see why the judges did go for him. It was a very, very nice look, and I think if he continues his season and he goes for the IFBB Pro qualifier, Naturals 1 in France at the end of the year, I think he will be very competitive for that pro card. So congratulations to him, Massage by Jay, awesome win there, fully deserving of that overall title, and you are going to have a great season ahead. Next up, we had UKUP. Now, as I said, I was first row seats in this because I was judging this show, and I absolutely loved it. And it's always a good vibe at UKUP shows. It's a really like family orientated, like a good community around it. Everyone always has a good time. I had a couple of clients that competed at this show and they always love it, obviously I had to step away from the judging table when my clients were on. I don't want anyone to think otherwise, because my clients did really well. They won both categories and Charles won the overall. But yeah, it was a really good show. And yeah, to be honest, like with men's physique, it was always a really big variety. Like you get a lot of first timers, and then you get experienced competitors coming as well. And what's great is each show you can win your pro card. So there was a pro card awarded at this show, and it went to my man. It went to Chris Cole. So yeah, I'm really buzzing for him, because I know how much work this guy's put in. I've covered him on the channel before because he's already had a really good season so far, and he's got lots of shows planned ahead. So I won't go into too much detail with him, because we know that Chris always brings condition. Like, he is absolutely peeled to the bone. His presentation was really nice as well. He looked confident on stage. He didn't even peak for the show, you know, he just turned up because his next big show is actually this upcoming weekend. The show that I'm doing is in PCA Manchester. He didn't want to like sort of take away from that. He just rolled in as is, and it was still good enough to take the win and get his pro card. So he did 2 categories. He did the Masters and he also did the Open, and he won both of them. So yeah, absolutely amazing work. I would say he was in the mix as well for the overall. So Chris Coles, congratulations mate. That's another win, another fantastic addition to your season. So keep going mate. Next up, PCA Wales. Now, this was a really fun show to catch up on and look at all the footage, because yeah, I speak to a few of the guys that did compete at this show. And yeah, so we're going to take a look at the overall lineup here. So obviously we had Ash Lewis, who did end up taking the win. I've been speaking to him for a while now, and he brings a crazy big physique to the stage. Really big and full across the chest, across the delts. So I'm not surprised he took the win here. I kind of was expecting him to. And the great thing about him is he's a really humble guy. I kind of messaged him beforehand. We were talking back and forth, and I said, you know, go and take that sword, mate, go and take that win. And he just really didn't even expect him to take a win, you know. So yeah, really humble guy and fully deserving of that overall. We'll look at his physique in a minute. So we also had Cam here. So he is a very nice poser. He's a posing coach based out of Wales, and he did bring nice posing to the stage. He did chuck in a couple of classic bodybuilding shots in the overall. You can tell he was having fun with it here. He did look harder and more conditioned going into the show to what he presented on stage. So I don't know if that was to do with peaking protocol, but I know this was kind of like a warm-up show for him. I saw in the interview afterwards as well. So potentially he experimented with a peaking protocol, because I think he can come in a lot sharper. But he's a junior, so to look like that and have that confidence on stage as a junior is amazing, and that guy's going to go far within the sport, whether that's within men's physique or if he will move up to classic. I think eventually he will move up to classic, to be honest. I can see him going that way. But yeah, really nice structure to this guy. The short class winner, very stocky. He brought a nice physique to the stage as well. And then we had Geraint, who won the Masters, who we just covered last week because he won the Masters at Fitex as well, coached by Mitch Starr. So yeah, all of these guys really brought a nice look to the stage, and yeah, having fun in that overall lineup. But like I said, my man Ash Lewis took the win. Thought I'd just show you this little transformation of his. So this is basically, well, yeah, 11 weeks between these. Look at that difference. This guy clearly, you know, he's a hyper responder. Potentially he was detrained a little bit before that, before this happened. I don't know, because this transformation is honestly absolutely crazy. And I know Ash is going for the Italy Amateur Olympia, which is the same show that I'm going to be doing. That's about 5 weeks time. So I'm really, really looking forward to seeing him there. Fortunately for me, we're different height classes. I don't know if I want to go against this guy. He is big. He is big, but very, very nice look to him. And yeah, like I said, really, really buzzing that he took the win here, because he has put in the work. And like I say, he just brings such a full, dry, vascular look to the stage. But yeah, really, really happy for him. So congratulations to Ash. That is absolutely amazing win, mate. And yeah, on to the next one for you. So next up, we had the IFBB Pro Qualifier over in Norway. This was a two bros run show. We had, like I said, quite a few UK guys going over. And it was amazing to see we had 3 UK guys in the overall. Unfortunately, there's really not much footage or coverage at all of this, so I'll do my best. But we had Alex Freshwater, we had Matt LeMay, and we had Sheridan as well in the mix. Sheridan, by the looks of things, did a bit of a secret prep here, secret show, and he got through to the overall. I'm a big fan of Sheridan's look, especially from the front, and his posing, his presentation. His overall look is very, very men's physique. I think he just needs that a little bit more in his back, which I'm sure he already knows, to really increase the chances of that pro card. But he's really not far away, and I love the passion and dedication that this guy's got. You know, he's just going after it and going after it. And sometimes with pro qualifiers, it can be a bit of a numbers game. You know, you've just got to keep knocking on that door, and eventually someone will answer it, and you will get that pro card. So I love that determination that he's got, and he keeps going for it. I was speaking to Matt LeMay, and yeah, he's brought an awesome look to the stage. Really, really good. It's great to see him take that class win and be in the mix. He said that basically he was moved to the middle quite a lot, and he was really, really considered for that pro card. And apparently Jack Sullivan just said that he's there from the front, just was a little bit lost, a little bit flat from the back, which is where he lost the pro card. But some extra pump up products are sold that he said. So yeah, lessons learned, and that's all part of bodybuilding, and you keep pursuing the goal. So that's a massive positive, that he thinks it's just down to a little bit of flatness coming through the back. So yeah, more pump up product, more time spent backstage pumping that up. Potentially, if you could feed in a little bit more carbohydrates to fill out those glycogen stores, you know, maybe things would have been different at the show. But that's a really, really nice confidence boost for him going forward into future shows.
Olympia qualifier. Joven from Philippines. Joven!
Oh man, that suspense. Imagine being one of those guys. That would be absolutely killer, just waiting for your name to be announced to find out if you've got that Olympia qualification. The Tokyo Pro, what a show, what a show. So yeah, there's some crazy aesthetics coming from a lot of these competitors going into this show, and I knew it'd be a hard battle, but like I said in the intro, I did predict Joven Sagabain would have taken the win, and he did take the win. For me, he has just got such a nice men's physique look. It is very muscular, which a lot of people still think they're moving away from, but there's a lot of small muscular guys going through to the Olympia still, so I don't think they are completely, you know. And yeah, this was a really, really nice win for Joven, and a nice confidence boost. First show, gets the Olympia qualification, straight through he goes. So, looking at the top 6 here, like I said, there's some really, really nice aesthetic physiques going into this show. And from the front, you might think, wow, this is hard to judge. Really, really close. Like, Joven still does look the best from the front, in my opinion. The most full, the biggest, the roundest, the most bubbly. His condition's brilliant as well. But there are a few guys that hang with him. 2nd place, for example, 3rd place, 5th place, even 4th place. But when they turn around to the back, this is where the story is very different. A lot of the guys coming out of Asia, I often find that their backs just aren't quite as good as the front. And when you turn around, you can really, really tell the difference here. This is where genetics really come into it. So a lot of the Asian competitors, for me, from the front, are some of the strongest in the world. But from the back, they're a lot weaker if you compare them to some of the guys from Europe, Brazil, or America, like Aaron Banks, for example. If you compare him to Vinicius Mateus from the back, if you compare him to Emil Walker from the back, like, these guys just don't stand a chance next to them from the back, but from the front, they can really, really hang with them and a lot of the times beat them. So yeah, this is where the story is very different, especially where Joven is concerned, because this is where he really cemented his win. If you just look at their back shots, so yeah, from the front, 4th was very impressive, but from the back, you know, it's just lacking a lot of density and width there. And 5th place, There's a lot closer between second and first, which is why second and first were placed where they were placed, because they were just a little bit more balanced. But yeah, the other guys, they were just so much stronger from the front. And you know, men's physique is 2 shots, you know, you've got to have that balance there, you've got to have it all. So, Joven's through to the Olympia. Now this is really exciting because obviously he is coached by Jeremy Buendia, and Jeremy's making his return this year. So it is going to be the mentor versus the student. And I'm really excited to see what these guys look like next to each other. So obviously this is one of Jeremy's old pictures from him back in the day, next to Joven this year. So I'm really interested to see, because they've got very similar shape and structure. They pose very similar as well. And they've got obviously such a nice camaraderie. So it'll be cool to see them if they are actually put next to each other on stage. Really looking forward to that. So let me know your thoughts below. Who do you think will win out of these two? Me personally, if it was down to pure physique alone, reputation wasn't anything to do with it, I would actually give the win to Joven. Reason being is Joven actually looks a little bit smaller than Jeremy, because Jeremy's packed on a little size, and I think it's potentially too much size. But because Jeremy is obviously a 4-time Olympian, he is Jeremy Buendia, one of the best in the world to ever compete in men's physique. He is the GOAT, and I believe that's why he will be placed above Joven. But if it's down to pure physiques alone, no name attached to it, I personally think Joven would probably take the win. But we don't know yet, because we don't know what Jeremy's going to look like on stage this year. It's been a long time since he's competed. And his new size that he has acquired, as long as he brings it in really to the men's physique criteria still, and still looks really aesthetic with it, there's no reason why he would get marked down for that extra size. So either way, I'm excited. I'm a big fan of both of their physiques. Jeremy Buendia, like I said, is one of the best to ever do it. So it is going to be really exciting to see those two battle it out at the Olympia. And finally, we're going on to the Olympia, Masters Olympia, which happened in Romania this weekend, where Arya Saffaie took the win. Now, we've covered Arya previously because he's already competed in a pro show and he's qualified for the official Olympia in November. So he's still going to be doing that show, but going in with the confidence of having that Masters Olympia title behind him, because it was not an easy show to win. There was a lot of good competitors at the show. And yeah, he's just had a great season so far. The judges clearly really like his look. And again, going back to muscularity, like Arya Saffaie is a muscular guy, you know, he's not got that tall aesthetic physique. I would say he's more on the shorter, more stocky side, especially with some of his recent updates. That's a lot of muscle there, a lot of dense muscle, and they did go for it from the back. He looked incredible. He definitely had the size there as well. So yeah, we just don't know if, again, a lot of people are saying they're going for the taller, more athletic physiques, but we just don't know that for sure. You know, a lot of the muscular guys are still coming through. I mean, if you look at Arya Safaie's midsection, it's not the best crispy tight midsection, right? But he has got great density across the arms, across the delts, across the chest. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting battle at the Olympia for sure. And I'm intrigued to see where Arya Saffaie is going to place, because like I said, the judges have loved his look so far this year. Will he make the top 10? Let me know your thoughts below. Will Arya Saffaie break the top 10 or get into the top 15, 16 and place this year? Let me know your thoughts below. I think he will. I think he will definitely place. Where he will place, I'm still unsure. So that just about wraps up this week's video. So yeah, like I said, we covered 6 shows there. It was a really, really entertaining weekend to cover. Actually, I'm at home and I can like really stay up to date with everything as the information comes in. But for this weekend, I was away, back-to-back shows, Saturday and Sunday. So I came back, collated everything, and then yeah, put this video together, and it was a really good fun video to look at all the different physiques and put together. So yeah, as always guys, if you enjoy the episode, if you enjoy the channel, make sure that you do hit subscribe. I get quite a lot of viewers, a lot of people message me even saying that you're enjoying watching the videos, which is amazing. I love the support. Make sure you do hit that subscribe button, because it really does help. We've got quite a few videos coming out. You would have seen already. I would have released yesterday the interview I did with Mitch Starr. We're going to get a couple more interviews with IFBB pros. It's kind of like going to be a series within itself. I'll try and do that every couple of weeks or so. And I'll try and get pros that have recently competed as well to do that and do those interviews. And we've also got show day footage coming out from last weekend, and yeah, I'm competing this weekend. We got a couple of the guys from the team competing as well, so be more show day clips coming up. So yeah, a lot of content coming out on this channel. So yeah, thanks for your support as always guys. Let's have an absolutely amazing week, and I will see you in next week's episode.